Okay, hi everybody. I just want to welcome you back. I think you probably had a tough week. The homework set for week 6 was challenging. It was long. A lot of things were covered. We used the ICU data, and we're again reviewing things that you should be familiar to use. But we also practiced showing how the odds ratio for multinomial data was computed from a contingency table, but as well as if you use the logistic regression program. But I also had you take some time to see what happened if you use +1, -1 type coding instead of 0, 1 coding. And so that would have been interesting to see, because we went over that in class. And then there's a whole section on where you generated the interaction term, and you look to see whether the logits were parallel or whether they intersected. And the interesting part is, you may draw the graph of the logits when there's an interaction term in the model, and even though the interaction term is not significant, those logits look like they're absolutely not parallel, and you think, of course, there's an interaction. But I want to point out that doing these kind of graphs is not something that you usually do. And any time you have an interaction term in the model, those logits will not be parallel. So it will always look like they're not parallel, whether it's significant or not. That's why we use statistical significance to determine whether or not we have parallel logits. So p-value is very important for the assessment of interaction, much more so than the graph. The only time you draw the graph is when you have a significant interaction term. Then you draw the graph to help you explain why you have a significant interaction term. So, so you had this opportunity to determine whether variables were confounders or effect modifiers. So that's it was a long assignment. If you didn't exactly finish that assignment, that's fine. Just please take what you didn't finish into the next week, but make sure to run those, because I think they're all helpful in terms of understanding the material in the course. Okay, so now we'll start the 7th week of the course.